G'day folks, it's the Maple Monkey here again with another Marvel United gameplay video for you. And that's right, we're jumping back to Marvel United since we've pretty much played against all the villains you can play against in the latest DC Superheroes United, Batman Hush, whatever the name of that big convoluted box is. But it's been a lot of fun diving into that, and I hope that if you've purchased it or ordered it at retail, I hope that sort of got into your hands, and you're enjoying that. But you know, as far as the channel goes, we're going to keep rolling on ahead with lots of United content, and today we're going to go straight back to the Marvel stuff, and we're having a look at a big messy fight. I've sort of been inspired by the latest fight with Hush, where we had lots of henchmen and that sort of thing. I thought, oh yeah, let's have another one of those, and I'm going to try and get some vengeance back on a similar crew. We went down to the big sort of multi-villain fight the other day with the Iron Patriot, the Cabal. I think we were using, I want to say maybe Doctor Doom, or I can't remember who the actual bad guy was that we were using as the main bad guy in that villain, or in that villain fight. But now we're going to be doing another one of these big multi-villain fights where we're taking on the Dark Avengers, but we get to randomize that and see who we are going to be facing off against. That's why we haven't got much of the board set up yet, because we're about to work that out. So let's have a look at this fight. So we'll have a look here. We've got a lot of setup here. The Dark Avengers. You can see that I think as standard you're supposed to use US Agent, Moonstone, and Ducken, I think his name is. I know we've been pronouncing him Dakin or Dakin, but I think it might actually be Ducken. I was sort of trying to do a bit of research. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation anyway, but I think it's supposed to be Ducken or something like that. Anyway, let's have a look at the special setup here, because we can actually change things up and not have to use those three if we don't want to. So we've got the regular missions are not used in this game. So we don't use the rescue civilians, defeat thugs, or clear threats objectives or missions. We do choose 3 Dark Avengers to be the villains in this game. I'm going to do that randomly, but you can choose. Place their villain threat cards on the dashboard on the villain side of the mission spaces, and their game pieces in the villain starting location. Now we also then choose 3 of the remaining 4 villains, and then place their cards down on their threat side, so they become essentially henchmen in the hero starting location, and then the other 2 go into the places adjacent to the villain starting location. And then we remove the last one basically out of the game. So there's always one of the 7 that we don't use. Alright, so let's have a look at the special rules here. The villains are under pressure, which means we're only going to be getting 2 hero turns from the get-go before each villain turn, but they are also vulnerable from the get-go. So they're under pressure but also vulnerable to damage from the start of the game. So we're right into that end phase from the beginning. Then when a villain is defeated, so this is, if we can take them out, we place their game piece on their villain card, cancelling it. And the hero who defeated them draws a card. So that sort of replaces that thing of, if you can complete all 3 missions, the whole team gets to draw a card. In this case, you get to draw cards as you're going through the game, but only the hero that does that finishing blow to each villain gets that. We've got a KO effect here. When a hero is KO'd, the villains don't activate their BAM, instead draw a master plan card and add it face down to the storyline. And delay the next villain turn. This sort of threw me for a loop, but I'm pretty sure delay the next villain turn is a bad thing for them, right? So I guess we're going to be getting KO'd a lot, and this is maybe meant to be a bit of a mitigating sort of effect. But yeah, so they get to place a card face down in the storyline, but we do sort of, I guess, squeeze out another hero turn in between sort of thing. So if not already delayed. Now their BAM is going to be individual for the different villains, but this says that you resolve the BAM starting with the villain on the left mission slot, then the central, then the right. Then all henchmen in play activate their BAM, starting from the henchman with the lowest number and proceeding in ascending order. So instead of going clockwise around the different locations with the henchmen, each of the henchmen have their own little number in the corner of their card, and we use that, so we go from lowest to highest. with that one. We'll have a look at the overflow. If one or more tokens cannot be added to a location, so civilians or thugs, a damage is dealt to a hero anywhere, which is pretty nasty. So you can see, yeah, I think there's with henchmen all around the place, 3 villains, and overflow causing damage. I think there's going to be some KOs happening pretty regularly. Heroic goal. The heroes win if all 3 villains can be defeated. So I think this is going to be like an all-out, just try and defeat them as quickly as you can sort of thing. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. So you'll see here that we've got a whole board set up. I've pulled all 7 of the villains out, put them on the board there ready to go. But we've got this deck that we're going to shuffle up and draw 3 from here. And then the next 3 cards we'll put out as the henchmen, and I've left their locations separate, so depending on which of those henchmen we get, we'll put locations that are like loosely sort of thematically tied to them. In the meantime, I've got the Avengers Mountain. I don't know if that's actually got anything to do with the Dark Avengers, but it looks like a pretty foreboding place, so I thought maybe that'd be a cool place to set them up. So we've got the Avengers Mountain up here. Then we've got the Brooklyn Bridge, which I'm sort of using to, I guess, represent I think it's the George Washington Bridge, supposed to be sort of reminiscent of New Jersey, because I don't think there's a Jersey or a New Jersey location in the game itself. And one of the heroes I've got is kind of tied to that as well, so we'll get to them later. And then Madripoor is just supposed to represent like a sort of a dark city sort of thing. So, you know, big high-rise neon lit city sort of thing, so I thought that'd be a fun one to put in as well. So that is Madripoor. So let's see what else we get. So we'll have a look here. We've got Ares, we have Bullseye, we have Moonstone, US Agent, Iron Patriot, Duckin, I don't know, and then Sentry. Alright, so let's see who we get as our villain. So we'll just shuffle these guys up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I'll try and look away. You guys can't really see that I'm looking away, but alright, I'm looking away now. Alright, who do we get? Let's start with the first one. Alright, so we'll just go in order, I guess. So first one is going to be Moonstone. So we'll put her out. She's going to have 5 health. I've set up these stacks of 6 health, so she's going to have... Oh, no, I haven't. Actually, that was only a 5. Oh, well, that was lucky. Alright, so she has 5 health there. Then we have, who's next? Oh, no, Sentry. So he's got 10 health. So I set up an extra 4 here. So in theory, we've got the right amount here. Yep, that looks right. So 10 health. And we have... Who do we have? Bullseye. Alright, so there we go. And that means that our henchmen are these ones. So we've got US Agent, so we'll put him up here, which means we're going to have to get, where is it, Washington DC I picked for him, so we'll put that here. Then we have Duckin, just to make me have to pronounce that name over and over again. Okay, so I grabbed Japan for him. I think that's where he's from. Alright. Oh, I'm putting these threat tokens out, but I shouldn't actually be putting them out because we're not going to be scoring them, are we? So that's all right. And we've got Ares as our last one, which means that Iron Patriot, I don't actually get my revenge on him because he's not going to be part of this fight. All right, so we're going to put him down. Now, which one? I think I picked Asgard as sort of like a proxy for... that's a proxy... There we go for, I don't know, Olympus or something. And let's have a look now. So we've got Moonstone. So she is going to be coming in with 5 health. Her BAM is that she deals a damage to each hero, in both locations adjacent to her, and move them 1 location away from her. So she BAMs you, and then she's going to push you away, which could push you into or out of harm's way, because she's going to be going first with her BAM. So that's going to be interesting. It says Moonstone can only be damaged by heroes in her location. Oh, so she pushes you away, so that's going to be hard to sort of track her down. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's hopefully we've got a speedy enough team. I don't know that I do. Alright, now Sentry, he's got a whopping 10 health. He deals 2 damage to each hero in his location. Each hero, yikes. But he can also be damaged with heroics. So it's a lot to take down, but you can sort of be pretty versatile with what you're using against him. And then Bullseye, he's got the 5 health. Deal 2, oh man, another one that deals 2 damage to 1 hero in each location adjacent. Wow, so he's hitting 2 locations, she's hitting 2 locations, and Sentry's hitting his own, but he's hitting everyone in it. Wow, okay, to 1, so he hits 1 in each location. Does she hit, oh, she hits 1 damage to each hero in both locations. Man. Okay, I feel like we're going to be getting like team wiped every turn. Alright. And then if there are no heroes there, add a civilian there. Okay, if there are no heroes there, add a civilian token there. Wow, okay. And then a hero must first, oh no, forfeit a heroic, oh no, in his location before damaging him. Oh, that's going to be tricky. Alright. Boy, oh boy, that's a lot to wrap your head around. Now, in these other locations, there are not actually going to be any threats. So they're going to be sort of available for us to use from the get-go. Let's have a look at our hero team. So we have Ms Marvel. That's the Kamala Khan variant. Now, there's no theme in this mission or this battle that I've set up here, guys. I've just sort of picked characters I thought I'd like to be using. This is Ronin, so alter ego of Hawkeye, I think. And then we've got Agent Venom. So I don't know if I've played any of these guys in the past, or on camera at least, or anything like that, but they're all ones that I don't think I've used, at least in a while. Let's have a look at the team. So we've got Ronin. He's going to be using an equipment card. Let's have a look at that first, actually. So I've taken his double wild out, but this Ronin blade is a permanent one, but you may perform a free punch action during your turn. If you don't perform at least 1 punch action, though, during your action phase, you must discard at least 1 card. So you basically get damaged if you can't be beating people up the whole time. You have to discard a card at the end of your turn. And if we ever lose this, if it ever gets turned face down, we lose it basically for good. So you can't recharge it. Put that down there. No starting hand card for Ronin, so we're just going to shuffle him up. He's got 11 cards because we have taken out the double wild. So we'll just shuffle him up and see what he gets. Okay. 1, 2, 3, sorry. Yeah, because there's no starting hand card. Let's have a look what he got. Oh, he's got a special one here. Master Assassin. 2 punches against a single target in your location. Plus it's got a move. Then we've got a move and a heroic. And we've got a move and a punch. Well, there you go. Alright, that's what he's bringing to the party. Plus his weapon. We might just leave that there, I guess. Okay, and we've got to put a couple of civilians out in Japan while we're thinking about that. Have a look at, now this is what I'm a bit nervous about, Agent Venom. Now he doesn't have any what do they call equipment that I'm aware of. Maybe he does, but I just haven't noticed it. But we're just going to use his deck as normal. So we've got the double wilds in, but there's a bit of an issue here, is that I think we're going to get hit all over the place, like by 1,000 attacks. If Sentry doesn't take us out, then someone else will be hitting us, and Ares is doing 2 damage. So there's all sorts of stuff going on. So we've got 2 starting hand cards here, and I think we're going to lose them from the get-go. So we'll see how we go. Let's have a look at these starting hand cards. We've got Webbing Generation. As long as this card is face up in the storyline, if there are no movement symbols at the bottom of the latest, or the 2 latest hero cards in the storyline, you may perform 1 free move on your turn. Plus it's got a wild. Now this is the one I really want to use because it sounds like fun, but I hope we don't lose it straight up. But this is Symbiote Suit. If there are 3 or more crisis tokens on this card, you must play your next hero card randomly and then discard all crisis tokens from here. Now that doesn't sound great, but I believe he's got a bunch of other cards which you can put crisis tokens on here to do all sorts of cool effects and things like that. So that's how they're going to build up here, and then we pay for it by having to sort of play randomly, but in the meantime we can have fun with all sorts of powers. So that's that one, and we've got a wild. So there we go. I feel like we're going to be sort of getting bammed every turn, like losing our whole hand and then sort of like starting with a new hand every round, because I think we're going to get wiped every round. We'll see how we go. So that was Agent Venom. And finally we have Kamala Khan, Ms Marvel. She does not have any equipment, I don't think, so she's going to have her whole deck of 12 cards as well, including double wilds. And let's draw 3 for her. Alright, she has a move, and then she's got an appearance alteration. Count all action symbols as wild this turn. Wow. And then she's got a single punch. Alright, well there you go. We've got our location set up now. We've got our henchmen sorted, our villains sorted, heroes sorted. I think we are ready to have a big brawl in the Marvel universe and see who comes out on top. Alright, I've got to get my head around this whole, like, they're under pressure but also vulnerable from the get-go. So let's see how we go. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't explain US Agent. He does 1 damage to 1 hero in this and each adjacent location. Okay. Man, there's nowhere safe, I don't think. Ducken is going to, if there are no heroes in this location, oh no, he moves. Move clockwise to the next location with any heroes and no threat. Okay. And then deal 2 unpreventable damage to a hero there. Oh man. And then Ares is doing 2 damage to 1 hero in this location. If there are no heroes in this location, add a thug to it. Oh, okay. Well, now that we've got all that out of the way, let's get down to the table and see how we go. Let's see what they do. So, let's see. The Dark Avengers. The villain on the left slot moves 3. So I believe the way you do this is you do all the movement first, then do the BAMs. Alright, so this is Moonstone, so she's going to come directly to us. Oh no, she's going to push us into range of US Agent as well. Sentry is going to go 1, and oh no, Bullseye is going to go. Oh no, this is not good. Okay. Oh, this is bad. Okay, he's going to go there. That is terrible. Alright, now the BAMs. So let's start with Moonstone. Deal 1 damage to each hero. Oh, in both locations adjacent to Moonstones. And move them 1 location away from her. Oh, so she doesn't hit us. Deal 1 damage to each hero in both locations adjacent. Okay. And then move them away, move them 1 location away from her. But does she only, and move them 1 location away from her? It sounds like she only pushes the ones who are here. If they're already in her location, I don't think they're getting pushed away. Is that right? I mean, she sounds like she wants to push you away, so you would think, okay, if you're in her location, she's definitely going to push you away, but the way I read that, deal 1 damage to each hero in both locations adjacent to Moonstones, and move them 1 location away from her. It doesn't sound... like, that sounds like all one big effect, so it doesn't sound like she's doing it to anyone else, apart from the people being targeted in those locations. So apologies if I'm getting that wrong, but I think that's how that works. Alright, well that's good, because then Bullseye, he was going to deal 2 damage to 1 hero in each location adjacent to him, so she was going to hit them, push them out, and then he was going to finish them off, but I think we've survived that at least, that first part. Okay. But then Sentry, he deals 2 damage to each hero in his location. We avoided that, that's okay. Then Bullseye, where did he end up? He's ended up here. 2 damage to 1 hero in each location adjacent to Bullseye's. If there are no heroes there, add a civilian there. Okay, so he's putting civilians, 1 here and 1 here. Remember, that's going to hurt us too when we start getting overflows. So that's something to bear in mind. If we just go all out trying to hit them, and ignoring this sort of stuff, then we're going to start getting damaged quite quickly. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Posing as heroes, add 1. Okay, so that's all done. So that's the 3 BAMs done. Now we have to go through the henchmen and we have to look at their numbers. So what have we got here? Is that a 1 or a 7? I think that's a 1. So Ducken is going first, then US Agent, then Ares. So Ducken, if there are no heroes here, he moves clockwise to the next location with any heroes and no threat. All the heroes are in one place, but there is a threat, so that doesn't happen. Deal 2 unpreventable damage to one hero there, or here. So he doesn't do any of that. Alright. Then we go to US Agent. He deals a damage to one hero in this and each adjacent location, but that doesn't happen. Boy, we got super lucky with this. We haven't taken a hit yet, but here's where we get hit. Deal 2 damage to one hero in this location. If there are no heroes in this location, add a thug to it. There are definitely heroes. He's going to hit someone now. See, the thing is, I feel like this is pretty slack letting Ms Marvel get hit here, but I really don't want to lose these other cards. So we might let Ms Marvel take the hit on this one, I think. Yeah, alright. So there we go. Now, then we're adding a civilian to each location with no villain or henchman. So that's one more here. Oh, another one here. So these two are almost full now. We've got to put another one here. Now, the problem here is, I mean, there's many problems. We got very lucky though. Let's be very thankful that that happened. But the problem here is that we've got 2 villains in our spot that we really would love to be able to take out now that they're right with us, and we can do that. We only get 2 characters getting to take their actions though. So this is where maybe, yeah, you know what, I think it's probably good letting Ms Marvel get hit, because then she's not going to get to have a turn, and she's probably likely to get hit again next round. So we won't have her sitting on 1 card for very long. Hopefully she'll get a full hand of cards. That's what I'm thinking here. The other thing is, like, do we try and, you know, do a little bit of damage to these guys and then also try and mitigate some thugs and civilians and things like that as well? Maybe try and do some damage to Ares, because if we just stay here, Ares is going to hit us again, isn't he? And if we do go for the villains, who do we go for? Because, like, now we've got prime opportunity to get rid of the hard-hitting Bullseye, who also is really tricky to take down. We might not get a better opportunity than this, but we have to forfeit heroics. I don't know if we can do enough damage, because essentially we'd have to sort of waste Ronin's turn playing a heroic, because they're actually in Asgard. There are no civilians to rescue either, so we'd have to place that down, not do anything. Maybe sort of step across. We'd have to maybe use that, step across, rescue a civilian, and then use the heroic to give to Agent Venom, who can then do some sort of an attack. But that's not super great. So I think he's going to be tricky later on, isn't he? But let's see if we can take down Moonstone. She's got 5 health. She can only be damaged by heroes in her location, so we may as well try and take advantage of this while we can. So I've got Master Assassin. I can do 2 damage. Plus I've got the sword here where I get a free punch action during my turn, and I definitely want to use it. So I could do 1, 2, 3 damage, and then Agent Venom. The problem is that the Master Assassin is only giving 1 attack. Sorry, it's only giving 2 attacks, but it's not giving an attack to the next character. So we're doing 3 damage, but we're not giving any attack to Agent Venom. And Agent Venom, as it stands, is only going to be able to do 1 damage, because he's only got 1 symbol here. So even with all of that, we still can't actually take her out. So with that being the case, do we... I mean, we could try... If he draws like a double punch, or, you know, a double wild, we could maybe do that. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Ronin is definitely going to play this card here. Try and do as much damage as possible. Let's do 2 damage to her. Plus he's going to use his sword to do an extra damage. So we've done 3 damage to her. Now, he can move as well. And oh, he's got some good cards there, but he can also move. Where are we? Oh man, there's so many characters here. He could move here, draw a card if possible. You can basically sort of cycle his hand. Or here you can add a civilian to any location, then rescue one from here. So we could put a civilian in Asgard and then like remove one there, and then that's one less opportunity for overflow. So that's a potential thing we could do. You know what? I'm going to do it. Yeah, I mean, Dakin's going to come for him, isn't he? Either way, if I step into one of these spots, Dakin is going to come for him. That is problematic. But it's just going to happen. Man, 2 unpreventable damage. I suppose at least if we're stepping in here, we've got a thug that we can punch and use our sword against there. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we'll step in here, add a civilian to this location, and then that essentially removes, well yeah, so essentially we should have added it from here, but anyway, we've done that, that's fine. Rescue a civilian from this location. Yeah, because technically you're supposed to put one out, then rescue one from here. Alright, so that's what we're doing there. Now, Agent Venom, depending on what Agent Venom gets here, oh wow, okay, we got the double punch. So now I think I just want to use the double punch. Like, yeah, we're going to get hit pretty hard next turn, I think. But, I mean, if we've got an opportunity to take her out, let's do it, I reckon. Don't you think? Yeah. So, Agent Venom, yeah, he's gonna deal 2 damage because there's nothing preventing. She can only be damaged by heroes in her location. So I think let's do it now before she can start pushing us around. So there we go. We took one out. There we go. That's 2 damage. All right, Agent Venom, good job. Now you can move. So the question is, we've used up the double punch there. We didn't end up putting the symbiote suit out, did we? But well. For the greater good. Do we go here and try that trick again? Where would we put another? Should we put one here? To this location with no villain or henchman. Do we put another one here maybe? Yeah, take one out from here. Rescue, so put one extra here and rescue one from here. Because at least Kamala's still here, so if we need to start working on these guys, we can. I don't know. Coming over here, I feel like cycling cards with Agent Venom isn't what we want to do here, so I think that's okay. We could have just stayed there, but deal 2 damage to 1 hero in this location. Well, she's definitely going to get hit, isn't she? And then someone's definitely going to get hit here anyway. All right, well, let's see what happens. So we've got one. We got one of them. Okay, let's see what they're up to. So we essentially ignore her now, I think, and let me see. What's the on the left mission? Yeah, so it doesn't say the leftmost. It says the left mission slot. So this is still the left mission slot, which means she's gone. So we don't resolve that one. We look at this one. So the villain on the central mission slot goes 3. Ooh, Good thing we didn't step over here. So he flies over here. Okay. Oh no. Uh-oh. This is what I was hoping wouldn't happen, but Bullseye has decided to stay where he is. And that's going to be painful. Alright, so... Oh, yeah, this is not good. So I think we're about to get... All three are going to get KO'd here. Because... Let's start the BAMs. So, Sentry is doing 2 damage to everyone here. Yeah. Then unfortunately Bullseye is dealing 2 damage to 1 hero in each location adjacent. If there are no heroes there, add a civilian there. So no hero here. Oh, okay, so... Oh, this is bad. Oh, interesting. Well, I guess we're all getting hit anyway, aren't we? Are we all getting KO'd though? How's this going to work? Well, someone's getting hit for 2 over here, aren't they? So let's just say Ronin gets hit for 2. Let's just say that's what's happening. Alright. Then Kamala gets hit for... Let's say she takes the hit here for that overflow. Then we have to start going through these guys. He's going to move down to the next location with any heroes and no threat. So he's going to come over here. Right. And then he's going to deal 200 preventable damage to 1. Not both. Okay, so 1. So now, that could be Ronin. Could get hit here. In which case we should have saved that, that punch there. So let's maybe do that in that order. Alright. Or actually, hold on a second. So that was that single punch there. We could keep, well, here's the thing. We could keep him alive for an extra turn. We could have Agent Venom take the hit, lose his webbing, regeneration, and the regular thingy there. And then US Agent is just going to bounce his shield back and forth over here. And then if Kamala is out, then he's going to deal 2 damage to a hero here. If there are no heroes here, which there is none because she is technically KO'd, he adds a thug here. So that way we've only had 1 KO. So I think that's probably, it's not great, we've only got 1 card each, but I'd rather like not be racing at the clock. I mean, it's going to happen, but I'd rather get more turns, I guess. So what's happening here? We have to put another one of these out. I was going to put a thug out. And now that's 1 KO, so draw a master plan card and add it face down to the storyline and delay the next villain turn by 1. Okay, so that's not bad. So we get delay the next villain turn by 1. Not accelerate the next villain turn by 1. So, yeah, I think we get 3 hero turns now, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so... well, Kamala's going to stand back up. I think I got that alright. So, now we have this big guy. His big thing is that we just have to do 10 heroic or attacks to him. But he's going to be a problem, because we're going to need those heroics when we can to get him. He's pretty close to us at the moment too, so maybe we can get him. We'll see how we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards from Kamala. She is in his spot. We've got 2 punches. If we can draw a heroic here, we can at least do 2 damage to him. So what have we got? We've got a move and a punch. We've got elongation. What does that say? Let's have a look. I'm noticing the next card is also a punch. So far all we needed was a was a heroic, and we're not getting any of it. So that's not great. Hopefully I'm holding that in the right spot there. Elongation. Your attacks may target enemies in adjacent locations this turn. So we could, if we don't get any heroics here, we can pivot and beat up Sentry, I guess. Oh no! Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. All right, we've got morphogenetics. Swap any card, any number of cards from your hand with any of the face-up cards in the storyline, or your face-up cards in the storyline. We haven't really got enough cards in the storyline yet for that to be a factor, but that's interesting. But we did, now this is going to be tricky, right? Because we do have Ms Marvel now. So this is giving us the ability to really hone in on Bullseye, and I think we have to take it. So playing Elongation would allow me to do 3 attacks against Sentry, which would be great, but we're in a better position to hammer Bullseye, plus I'm giving the next character a move and a heroic, so we can use that. So let's use this. So I'm going to use the heroic to hit. Now again, we could be letting this go a bit too much, but let's try it. Let's do 2 damage to Bullseye. I don't know if we're going to be able to take him out, but I'm going to try my best. Alright. That's 2 damage to him from Kamala. She's gone bam bam. Alright, so she's had to forfeit the heroic. The hero must first forfeit 1 heroic in Bullseye's location before damaging him. So we've done that, we've forfeited that, we've done the 2 punches from Agent Venom. So we're good there. 2 damage to him. He's got 3 left though. Now Agent Venom, no, not Agent Venom, sorry, Ronin. He's got to draw a card. He gets a move and a punch. It's not going to be what we need, is it? We need a little bit more than that, but again, this is one of those situations. Okay, now, because we know we cannot finish off Bullseye, do we just try and mitigate other circumstances? Clear some space here, or do we just try and make him as easy to damage as possible? Considering how tricky he is to damage, maybe we should do that. We've got, yeah, well, I don't know why I'm like, oh, which card do I play? They're both exactly the same, but what I'm really trying to decide here is what do I do. The other thing too is I've got to decide what Kamala does with that movement too. Do I want to stay there and keep getting hit there? Do I want to follow Sentry around? I'm not going to be able to use the heroic thing there. Deal 2 damage to 1 hero. Deal 2 damage to 1 hero. Oh, you know what I just realized as well is that Agent Venom, if he gets a heroic on his turn, he may actually be able to finish off Bullseye. So I think that sort of makes my decision a bit easier there. He's going to just come over here and attack us anyway, isn't he? So I might just stay where Ares is. Plus, he's going to, if we don't stay here, he's going to keep adding things and damage us anyway by adding thugs here. So, all right, we're going to deal 1 damage. So we've got the heroic from Kamala. We can forfeit. Then we're going to be doing, and this is Ronin. So he's going to use one of those movement to get in here. He's going to use his sword to do a free attack plus this punch. That's going to let us do 2 damage. But we need to do 1 more. And unfortunately, Ronin hasn't used a heroic this turn, so he cannot provide that heroic for Agent Venom. He can provide the punch, but Agent Venom's going to need to draw his own heroic. Good news is we've got a movement, but if we don't get a heroic, it's all a bit of a moot point. But yeah, well, that's what we're doing there. He's down to 1. All right. Are we going to get a heroic? Let's find out. Otherwise, what are we going to do if we don't? I guess we just start beating up Dakin or clearing thugs or something. Yeah, all right. Let's see what happens. All right, what do we got? You guys can have a look at it first. Am I going to be happy? Oh. Alright, so it says, if the symbiote suit is face up in the storyline, you may add up to 3 crisis tokens to it. For each crisis token just added, perform a move or a punch. Well, without that heroic, that's not very useful anyway. But, well, that sort of forces my hand now. So what I will do is I'll use the symbiote suit, so at least we can start using some of those other cards if they come up. So I'm assuming I'm going to lose this one to the bottom of my deck, but yeah, it's alright. Oh, now, yes, it's a shame that this 3rd hero turn we couldn't use to get some more damage done there. But what are we going to do with it? I figure if we just stay where we are, only one hero gets hit by Ares. That's not too bad. And then Dakin can't get us if we stay here. So what I might do, this is going to be problematic, someone's going to get hit by this, but I might use the movement and the 2 punches to clear some thugs, just to stop overflow as much as possible there. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Oh no. Add a civilian to each location with no villain or henchman. Oh no. Oh, so hold on a second. Where would we have got overflow? So we would have got one here, civilian here. We would have got one here, henchman, villain, henchman. So I think that's it. I don't think we get any overflow. Because if the one had gone here, we would have taken another hit. Okay. Phew. Okay. Sorry guys, I didn't even look at the posing as heroes thing there, but I think that's right. We had to put one here, and that's it. So that could come back and bite us this turn, but yeah. Alright, well that's the name of the game. It is the bad guy's turn. Alright, Dark Avengers. Oh, what are they doing this time? And we've got to remember we only get 2 turns from now on in our little cycle. We got a little bonus there. Although, to be honest, we're probably going to take... Let's be honest, we're probably going to take another hit, aren't we? Let's have a look. Alright, so... Fortunately, Bullseye is still kicking. Okay, so hold on. We're having sentries moving 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're having Bullseye is going 1. Oh! He's going to get bodyguarded by US agent there. 1, 2. Let's do the BAM. So he's going to hit everyone here. Nope. And we keep coming around. He's going to hit people in these 2 spots. Now, if there are no people in those spots, add a civilian there. Oh, that's 2 hits. Alright, so, ooh, okay. So someone is taking damage here. Someone is taking damage here. She's got a lot of cool cards here, but are they going to be that useful? Swap any number of cards with your storyline. Because, let's think, so she's going to get, if she takes both hits, she'll be left on 1. That'll be the end of his BAMs, but then his BAM will hit people here, that's nothing to worry about. His BAM won't be able to do much, but he's going to be able to do two damage to someone. So that'll KO someone, but at least in that case, let's put this swap card maybe back, because there's not enough cards out for us to be swapping at this stage. Let's maybe keep the move and punch so we can use that for these other guys to maybe get to our target there. Let's put the elongated punch. I think I actually might want to put the elongated punch out first. Alright, so let's put that underneath. So she gets hit for both of those overflows that he would have done. Yeah, so Bullseye would have put, if there are no heroes there, add a civilian in each of those spots, or add into there, so that's going to overflow there. She takes 2 hits. Oh, now hold on a second. I think we're all going to get KO'd here anyway, because I keep forgetting the posing as heroes thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think we're getting Shazammed this turn, so it doesn't really matter. Alright. Yeah, I think she's about to lose this too. So that happened. Then he's going to hit one of us for 2. Doesn't really matter because then, yeah, let's just put hers at the bottom. She gets KO'd. But then posing as heroes, we have to put one here. That's okay. That's a damage. And here, that's a damage. So they both get taken out as well. Alright, so we put those down. That's 3 KOs. Now that's bad news for us. Okay. Right. Oof. That hurt. Alright. All of a sudden things aren't looking as rosy. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay, wow, that really hurt. Okay. So, are we going to wake up with enough cards here to track him down? We need to get like a move and a star followed by a move and a punch so we can get to him, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 for Kamala. What has she got? Oh, a double. Okay, well, double wild will do it, right? That's what we need. A double wild will do it. Well, hopefully it will do it. Alright, so that gives her those 2. She wakes up. Oh, and we do also get to extend our turn. So we're going to get 3 turns again. Because we got KO'd. Now we lost the 3 cards. We don't get to keep pushing that back for each one. It's only, yeah, you get to delay it by 1. Okay. So, let's see. What did we have here? We had a punch. So she can't do it this turn because she's got the 2 wilds. She needs 1. She'd need both of them to be movements, therefore not giving her a heroic, and therefore she couldn't use the punch. So, and then we only need to do 1 damage to him, right? So you know what we'll do with her? Let's go 1, 2, and again, maybe we should be trying to mitigate this stuff, but let's just do a straight up damage to Sentry. Alright. He's not invulnerable, is he? No, Sentry can also be damaged with heroics. So she's just going to move twice with the heroics there and deal a single punch. Alright, he's down to 9. And now she's ending her turn here. If there are at least 2 empty slots, which there are not in this location, you may add 2 thugs there to gain a move. Okay, well, no, let's not do that. Okay, now, alright, now Ronin. I think you're looking good here, Ronin, because you can even just use your sword, can't you? Alright, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, draw 4 cards. You cannot take any damage until the beginning of your next turn. That would be handy. He's got that one there. That's a punch. I don't know if did I show what Ms Marvel got? Sorry guys, she got herself a wild. She got herself a heroic, and she got herself a double punch. All right, Ronin. So he's got a punch there. You cannot take any damage until the beginning of your next turn. Okay. He's got himself a single punch. He's got Master Assassin again. So punch twice against a single target in your location. We don't really need that. That's overkill for what we're trying to do here. And then patching up. I'll hold that up there. It's got a heroic on it, and hopefully I'm holding that in the right spot. If you didn't move during this hero turn and you have 1 or 2 cards in hand, you may draw 2 cards. If you do that, you can't leave your location this turn. Right, so that's not really what we want to do this turn. I think let's maybe focus on revenge. It's not giving us problem for our old Agent Venom there is we haven't put out our symbiote webbing regeneration, so he's not going to be able to move very fast. And if we just give him a punch and Sentry kind of stays where he is, or even sort of heads to here or something, then we are in a bit of trouble. His punch is going to go to waste. I guess he can just beat up on Ares. Alright, so, but I think we want to do this because this way maybe we can mitigate some damage, keep ourselves alive for a little bit longer, and at least not lose 3 cards next villain round. So that is, I'm going to use the 2 heroics there to go 1. Let's punch a thug with our punch. 2, let's deal a damage to Bullseye with this Ronin blade. That's our free attack, and that will do... Oh, hold on. No, we needed... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hold on a second. I forgot about... I thought I had enough movement to get there and use the heroic. But I don't, do I? With that, no. Okay, so we're either going to need to use the Master Assassin, but I don't think I want to do that. Oh, I really would have liked to have done that focus on revenge. You cannot take any damage. That would have been great, but we're going to have to use patching up after saying, nope, that's not going to work for us, because let's put the thug back in this spot. Alright, because we're going to need to use the 2 wilds to get there. 1, 2. We're going to need to use the heroic to avoid the hit. To forfeit the hit or whatever we're doing there. And then we're going to need to use the Ronin blade to do the final attack. So that will take care of the second villain. Or the third villain, I guess. So that's good. Oh, you know what? Man, I totally forgot. Who did the damage to Moonstones? Someone would have been a little bit healthier. Alright, but Ronin's done that damage, so he's going to draw another card. So we did patch up. That's cool. He drew himself a single heroic. So that's good, but I cannot remember. I'm guessing it was... I'm guessing it was Symbiote Spider-Man. Not Symbiote Spider-Man, what's his name? Agent Venom. I'm guessing it was Agent Venom, because I think he had to draw that double punch to sort of do the big damage there, right? I think that's right. So he would have been sort of like on 1 extra card. Ah, well. I suppose maybe we wouldn't have taken 1 extra hit here or something like that, but yeah, that's okay. Let's see how we go. Now, speaking of Agent Venom, he does get to have a turn, because we did delay the villain turn there, didn't we? They were under pressure, but we've delayed that. So let's do it. This is such a different game, different flow to the normal one, because we're attacking the villains from the get-go, and we're ignoring all the missions. So I don't know if this is what you're supposed to do in this mission, but this is how I'm playing it. So let's draw 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And let's see what we've got up our sleeve. And now the aim of the game is to stay alive and hunt down Sentry and do 9 damage. I think we did 1 damage to him already. Okay, now what have we got? We've got a heroic. Well, we can use heroics against him, but what else can we do? We've got a punch. That's not going to be that handy. A move and a punch. Again, not really going to do the job. Symbiote enhancement. Alright, what have we got here? Agent Venom, move and heroic. Okay. Symbiote enhancement. Did we put the symbiote suit out? We did. Okay. If the symbiote suit card is face up in the storyline, you may add up to 3 crisis tokens to it. For each crisis token just added, perform a move or a punch. Well, that could be alright. That could let us do some damage now to Sentry. We're in a position where we're going to have to play our next card randomly, but I mean, these two are both pretty good in that sense, and this one, well, at least it's a punch, right, if we're in the right spot. So let's do that. Let's go, while we can get to him, let's put all 3 down. So we go 1 movement, 1 movement, is this right? So, because we can do this during our turn, right? If the symbiote suit is face up in this storyline, you may add up to 3 crisis tokens to it. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. If there are 3 or more crisis tokens on this card, you must play your next hero card randomly, then discard all crisis tokens from here. So we're not flipping it down, so we get to keep using this, as long as we're prepared to play randomly. Let's do that. So we use the 2, let's draw 1. We did 3 tokens, 3. So let's do 2 movements and a punch. Let's go with 1, 2 movements. So we've spent those. And the punch and the heroic can both be used to deal some damage to Sentry. That's pretty cool. Alright. So what did he start on? 10, and we've done 3 so far, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that makes sense. Alright, can we do 7 damage before we run out of cards in this deck? That's going to be a bit of a tall order, but we'll see if we can do it. Okay. It is, speaking of Sentry and the bad guys, the Dark Avengers, it is their turn. Alright, they are going to get angry. They're getting cross at us. Alright, can we keep our team alive? So they all would have moved 1, so Sentry's going to move 1. Ooh, not great for Ronin. But Ronin's not going next, is it? It's Kamala? Where's Kamala? Oh, she's over there. Okay. Right. Let's see. He doesn't hit anyone. And then... Ooh, okay, so he doesn't hit anyone, but then we go through and do the BAMs. So Ken is going to come back to this spot and hit someone. So he does 2 damage to 1 hero here. Ms Marvel or Agent Venom. Well, let's go with Ms Marvel, I guess. I think. But I'm not thinking about all the consequences here. Now, let's say we did that. Then, so that was him. Then we have to go to US Agent. Unfortunately, Ronin is going to get hit here. He's not invulnerable. Let's lose the heroic, I guess. Then Ares is going to deal 2 damage to someone here. If there is no one here, he adds a thing. And then add 1. Add 1 thug to each location with no villain or henchman. Oh, okay. Oh, that's alright then. Well, I mean, maybe it's not, but I was worried about this spot, but let's go through. So, we get 1 here. We get 1 here. It's 1, 2. And that's it. Just the 2 spots. So we're going to dish out 2 damage amongst our team. Can we do that without getting a KO? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And, alright, well, let's lose the single punch, and I think we lost another single punch from this one too. Or was it a single heroic? I'm not sure. And then whose turn is it? Well, we just had Agent Venom's turn. So I guess it is, and we have to remember Agent Venom's going random, so let's try and remember that by putting that there. Let's put his cards on top of his deck and the random thing on top of that so I can't possibly miss it. Famous last words. Here we go. So, is it, yeah, I think it's Ms Marvel's turn. She is pretty close, but are we going to be able to do 7 damage here? Did we get any KO? I don't think we got any KOs there either. Next turn. Next time, Gadget. Next time. Alright, so that's alright, so she's drawn herself, a move and a punch. What have we been given there? A move though. And what's Ronin got? Ronin's a bit far away. Well, you know what? Even if I gave Ronin a move, and let's say he used this like Master Assassin thing and had a move, he's only moving 2, so he still can't get to Sentry. So I think I'm going to use the double punch while I can, and then maybe Ronin can just beat up US Agent or something. So let's do that. So she can move into this spot. She does another 2 damage, knocking him down to 5. Oof, getting close. He's tough. And then, yeah, Ronin draws a wild. So maybe this turn do we play the, yeah, you know what, let's do it. Let's play You Cannot Be Damaged. So at least that's like one of the characters isn't getting KO'd. He's going to put that there. He's going to get 3 attacks. 1, 2, 3. And then his sword he's going to use that to deal the last damage there, and that will take out US Agent. We don't get any reward for that, but we have made that a bit safer for us. Oh, and it says you may draw a card if you do discard a card, so we get to cycle. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, let's draw one. We've got a move and a heroic, and since that's pretty handy in this sense, let's get rid of the wild. So let's do that. Okay. And we are invulnerable. We cannot take damage. You cannot take any damage until the beginning of the next turn because we're so focused on revenge. Revenge! Alright, so let's put that there. We can't lose these cards. Alright. Now, that was 3 attacks plus the sword. Yep, we did the 4 damage. US Agent is no more. He wasn't really the one I was worried about, but that's just how it goes. Alright. Now, oh, okay. Man, can we do 5 damage against this guy, Sentry? Oh, where's he going to move to? He's going to move... The problem is Ronin is... He's just gone. He's probably going to end up near Ronin now, and these guys are all the way over here. Ooh, this is problematic. Alright. Alright, let's have a look. Let's put this back. He is moving... Oh, he's only moving 1. Only moving 1, is he? Alright, alright. What can we do about that? He's moving 1. Okay, he's going to do a bam. Doesn't hit anyone there. Then... poor old Agent Venom has taken some hit here. 2 damage, yeah, so let's just... it doesn't really matter. So, it's KO'd. And just trying to think, I don't think anyone got KO'd in that last round, so that's why we only had 2 hero turns here, I think. Is right. Yeah. Otherwise we would have extended that round. So we are losing someone now, so we get another card out. And we do have to... We do get 3 turns though, so that's not too bad. Alright. But I think we're about to lose another one. So he got taken out. Then we keep going around Ares. He can't hit anyone. He's going to put a thug out. That's going to deal a damage. Oh, now how does this work? Cannot take any damage until the beginning of the next turn. Can we just direct this damage to deal 1 damage to 1 hero anywhere? Can we just tank this on Ronin? I think so. Otherwise we'd be taking 1 damage here, and then we've got to put out these civilians, not thugs, civilians. We'd have to put 1 here, 1 here, that's another overflow. This is an overflow. This, we have to put 1 out here. But, so there'd be 2 more, so that's 3 damage in total, but I think we can tank it all on Ronin. We just target him because it says deal damage to 1 hero anywhere, and his thing just says you can't take damage. It doesn't say you are not allowed to be dealt the damage, I don't think. So yeah, I think he just shrugs it off. Oh, what a legend. Alright, so that's pretty cool. I think we're all good there. I think I've put all the ones out I needed to. Now, can we take advantage of this 3 hero turns? We've delayed the villain turn. Someone took the hit. Yeah, Agent Venom took the hit there bravely, so the rest of us can have some turns. Is it going to be enough? Sentry's here. If I can play some movement and punches, is that going to be enough? Alright, well, who's up first? It's going to be Agent Venom. Alright. Oh, now he has to play randomly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, well, let's just shuffle them. Now, the problem is I've got a starting hand card here, so I'm going to have to try and like look away while I'm doing this. I promise I'm not looking. Maybe I put my head this way, you can see. Can you see I'm not looking? Alright. What are we... Oh! I promise I wasn't looking. Oh my god. Alright, well, what did we have? We had a move and a punch, a camouflage. Ooh, next villain turn you may redirect any damage dealt to a henchman or civilian in your location, thug in your location. Ooh, the webbing generation would have been good, because we could have used extra movement. But the double wild is, I think that, I mean, that's almost seals the deal, right? Hopefully we can make great use of that. So we wake up, we'll use the 2 wilds to get here and deal a damage with the punch. Surely with all of this we can have a good turn here, because Ms Marvel is bringing a move and a punch, and hopefully that's going to give Ronin what he needs to get where he's going. She can go 1 movement, and then 1, 2, 3. Alright, yes, that's good. 1, 2, 3. Alright, now, Ronin. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything here. If I mess these rules up, Ronin now gets to have a turn. He draws a card. Oh, he gets a move. A heroic, movement heroic, but I think this Master Assassin is going to be what we need. Do I have enough movement here? I've been given a move and a punch, plus I've got 2 punches I can do, plus I've got my sword here. I think I've got it 1, 2 with the 2 movement, and then let's use the, we only need to do 1 damage, let's use the Ronin blade and take down Sentry, and there we go, we get our last Dark Avenger, and I think we've taken them down. Wow, that was boy oh boy, that was close, because we had these 2 cards. So even if we hadn't been able to tank that damage, Ms Marvel would have taken a hit. Like, he would have been able to be safe, but we would have lost 1 more, so that would have put at least 1 more card out. So we wouldn't have lost all of our cards, so that's not too bad. Would she have had the cards to sort of come back from there? She had a move. Oh, she could have counted all of her things as heroics there. He had so many things up his sleeve there too. I think we would have been good. She could have done attacks from adjacent, so yeah, I think we would have been looking alright there. As long as, well, she would have needed to give him movement, I think, right, to Ronin, but as long as he had his, as long as she gave him like that wild, that would have been alright. So there you go. We got the heroic team of Ronin, Ms Marvel, and US Agent have taken down Sentry, Moonstone, and Bullseye. And Ares is going to have to slink off, and so is Daken. I don't know why they're slinking off, because they were certainly doing enough damage to us. Wow, we certainly got beaten up there. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 KOs there across like the henchmen and the villains and the overflows all dealing damage to us. Yeah, I hope we didn't miss any of those there. Hope we've played that all right, but I think that was pretty fun. So even if we have made some mistakes, the experience was pretty pretty chaotic and pretty fun. This was exactly what I thought I was going to get, and that's what we got. So it really was. You look at it, and the game really didn't go for very long, did it? We didn't get that far around the storyline, but we were like right at that sort of end game part of most United games, where you're sort of going every 2 turns, and you know, they're usually hitting pretty hard, and you're just trying to do the last bit of damage and stuff to them. But what was interesting about this was that as you're getting hit and getting KO'd, that's what's giving you the opportunity to have 3 hero turns rather than just 2. So that was a really interesting thing that they've thrown in there, just to keep you alive for a little bit longer, just to sort of last. Because as you can see, it was still really close. It might have looked like, oh yeah, we wiped them out really quickly, but this was getting depleted very quickly. And I don't know, like, I guess you could argue, oh, what you've really got to do is like, okay, you just sort of chip away at these guys when you can, but you really want to be maybe doing 1 damage here, 1 damage there, but you want to, you know, keep minimizing this sort of stuff so you're not getting hit. But these guys can hit in so many locations, and so can these guys, and I just feel like you're going to be getting sort of Shazammed no matter what. Even just sort of like minimizing some of these, mitigating them, maybe going for these guys and trying to take them out might have been a good thing too. You know, get rid of these guys, and then you're less likely to get hit. but then you're sort of still locking yourself into, okay, if you're really not getting hit a lot, you're only getting 2 turns between the villain turns. And these guys seem like they've got some pretty good combos to, like, even just by themselves, if they land in the right spot, can do like a multiple KO thing anyway. So interesting. Like, you know, if you've played this mission, the Dark Avengers mission, what combos have you had fun with the villains? And also, did you go a little bit more sort of cautious than me, and did you sort of like, you know, try and mitigate the overflow, and did you deal with the henchmen super quick, or did you just try and go straight for the throat of the villains when you could, sort of thing? Did you just, if you saw an opportunity, you just went as heavy as you could on the villains? Be really interested to hear, you know, how that went, and, you know, was that a much more smooth game? Were you able to sort of get there before being right down to the wire, sort of thing? So yeah, great fight. I could imagine this being extra hard, you know, without these double wilds. I mean, like any villain fight, I guess, right, is a lot harder. That's the point. But yeah, this would have been brutal, I think, if I didn't have some of those clutch moments with the double wilds. Although I really did enjoy using some of those abilities. This was super fun. The Agent Venom thing kind of reminded me of actually using the Sentry as a hero, and that whole thing of, like, you know, pushing your luck with how much you want to get out of your turns, and then having to sort of have some sort of negative effect was cool. I really liked having Ronin's blade there, just doing that extra bit of damage, and always trying to position yourself somewhere where there's going to be a bad guy you can fight. That was cool as well. And even Ms Marvel's abilities were pretty cool. It was funny, I sort of was using a lot of her powerful double attack cards, or, you know, double action cards, but from what I saw in her deck, she's got some fun stuff, and it just happened to be that at the particular moment in the the game that those came up, okay, that wasn't as useful as maybe what we did use, but they looked like a lot of fun. So she looked like a fun character to use, even from Season 1, which is really cool. I hear a lot, well, not a lot, I guess, but, you know, you do hear comments about, you know, Season 1 isn't as good as Season 2, and, you know, the seasons keep getting better. But I really just see United as just one big mixing pot, and they're all fun. I think from the get-go, those Season 1 heroes and villains and stuff are still a ton of fun. Yeah, they might not have as many bells and whistles as some of the other things, but I still think there's a lot of really fun villain designs and hero designs in the Season 1 as well. And I think she was a case in point. That was, yeah, super fun. So anyway, well, thank you very much, guys. That was a super fun fight, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll catch you back on the next video. Maybe we'll do some homebrew stuff, or we'll have to see how we go. And, you know, hopefully down the track, not too much sooner, or not too much away, we'll be able to have some more DC action on the table as well. Anyway, well, thank you guys. Catch ya. Maple Monkey out. See ya.